Capitalization and punctuation. Today's objectives. I can see and explain how capitalization and punctuation affects the meaning of written text. I can edit sentences by adding capital letters and punctuation to create a clear message in the sentences. I'm going to have to make this bigger. That's too small. This one's a little bit bigger. Okay, capital letters and punctuation. When an author forgets to use capital letters and punctuation, the reader can become confused. Let's read the following. Flowers grow in the garden by the side of the house. There is a huge gorilla. That wasn't very clear. We don't have any capital letters, and we only have one period at the end. But that doesn't seem like a sentence that makes sense. I wonder if the author meant this sentence. Flowers grow in the garden, period. By the side of the house, there is a huge gorilla. So it's saying that the gorilla is by the side of the house, and then flowers grow in the garden. I guess that's okay. Or do you think the author meant this way? Flowers grow in the garden by the side of the house. Period. There is a huge gorilla. I think that could work because the flowers grow in the garden, and the garden, it could be at the side of the house. So that's one. I think that would make sense. So there's a period there. And if there's a period there, then I have to add that's right, a capital letter to the next sentence. There is a huge gorilla. I guess a gorilla could be loose. Kind of weird. But yeah, I think that the best one, this one just says flowers grow in the garden, and then it's saying that the gorilla is by the side of the house. Maybe that's what he meant. We don't know because the author did not tell us where to put the punctuation. Here's another example. The whale jumped out of the water wearing a pink hat. The woman was smiling. That doesn't make any sense because we don't know where a sentence starts and where a sentence ends. Look at this one. The whale jumped out of the water wearing a pink hat, like this picture. The woman was smiling. Now we have two complete sentences. The woman was smiling. Yep, that's complete. The whale jumped out of the water wearing a pink hat. Yep, that's a complete sentence. I guess it could happen. Is it very likely? No. But that's one way to separate the sentences, if that's what you mean. Or maybe the author meant something else. Maybe the author meant the whale jumped out of the water. Wearing a pink hat, the woman was smiling. So now the woman is wearing the pink hat and she is smiling. And the whale jumped out of the water. Maybe the woman was looking, going whale watching. That would make more sense, that we separate the sentence, the whale jumped out of the water, period. So then I start with a capital letter. Wearing a pink hat, the woman was smiling. So it's telling me what the woman is wearing. That would make more sense. Okay? Directions. Now it's your turn. What did the author mean? Read the sentence below and add capitalization and punctuation to give the sentence the correct meaning. And you're going to write on these lines. At the carnival, Maria rode the Ferris wheel while eating cotton candy and hot dogs. She felt sick. Makes a little bit of sense. But we have different ideas here. And remember that a sentence is one complete idea. So we need to separate this. Go ahead and you're going to, I'll put a text box in here, but you're going to add your sentences, copy these sentences, and add the capital letters and punctuation so that the sentence makes sense. You can pause the video while you do that. Okay, go to slide number 3. Remember, when an author forgets to use capital letters and punctuation, the reader can become confused. Read the following. Mary was planting some seeds in the house. The oven was left on too high. Again, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So let's look at this way. Mary was planting some seeds in the house. The oven was left on too high. Okay, so two different ideas. We put a period there and a capital letter to start the next sentence. Or did the author mean this? Mary was planting some seeds. Let me start over again. Mary was planting some seeds. In the house, the oven was left on too high. I think this one would make more sense because the oven is in the house. And usually you plant seeds outside, not in the house. So this sounds better if we put in the house with the oven part and not with the planting seeds part. So we put a period at the end of seeds. We start the next sentence with a capital letter. And since they're giving me a location, we put a comma after the location and then complete the sentence. So directions. Now it is your turn to help the author read the sentence below and add capitalization and punctuation to give the sentence the correct meaning. And so let me put some text boxes here as well. Okay, so I'm going to use the border so that you can see that there's a text box there. The new baby ducks were fuzzy and soft under the chair, and the cat licked its paws. Okay, so you're going to write this whole sentence here, and then you need to add the capital letters and the punctuation. Add the period where it separates the first sentence from the second sentence. Remember, this sentence starts with the new baby. So what you need to do is think about the new baby ducks. Where does that sentence end? And you put a period there. Okay, sentence number 2. There are 2 pigs in the pen rolling over in the mud. The boy ripped his pants. So where does the period for that sentence go? Okay, and so you're going to write the sentence over again right here and add the capital letters and the period where they go. When you write, if you need more line, it's going to keep writing and then it's going to automatically add another line underneath. So this text box, each text box will get larger depending on how many lines of words you write. It's just not getting big now because we don't have any words in there. The last thing is the question. Why do you think authors use capital letters and punctuation marks? So you're going to write your answer. Why do you think that is? Okay. We don't need to do the writing connection. Then you have some paragraphs to read. They're all the same, except that capitalization and punctuation looks different, so it has different meanings. So you need to choose. This is the paragraph. Maybe the author meant this, number 2, or maybe he really meant number 3, or maybe he really meant number 4. What do you think? Why do you think it's important for an author to use capital letters and punctuation? You're going to write the answer here. So you have a text box here. Why do you think it's important for an author to use capital letters and punctuation? You're going to write that there. So you're going to start. Here's a sentence stem. Authors, because that's who they're asking you about, use capital letters and punctuation because ... Why do you think they use it? Now you're going to tell me the reason why. So there's your sentence stem. Which paragraph seems to make most sense? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Here's your sentence stem. Paragraph, number, tell me the number, makes sense because, ... Tell me why. So go ahead and put the because, why. Okay? Then, sentence, slide 5, now it's your turn. Look at your writing digital notebook in your Google Drive. So you're going to go to your Google Drive and you're going to write writing digital notebook and it will come up. Okay? Find your writing about a special place you would like to visit. This is the process writing assignment that we have been working on for the past 2 weeks. So if you go to slide 6, you should have your published writing right here. Okay? Now look at it. Did you add punctuation marks? Does each sentence have its own idea? Reread your writing. So I want you to read it again. And then I want you to add punctuation marks and capital letters where needed. When you are done, add a picture of your notebook in this slide. If you did it in a piece of paper in a notebook, then add a picture of your notebook here. You need to watch this video. Here's a video right there. You click on that and it will tell you how to add the picture. You're going to add your picture here. Now, if you did it online on the computer, then all you need to do is highlight all this text. And then you either go to Control-C on your keyboard or you can go to Edit and click Copy. The video actually tells you this. This video, it's on the same directions are in the video. And then you click here and go to Edit Paste or Control-V and it will add your writing on here, which this is my writing. But before you do that, you need to fix your sentences and make sure that you add capital letters and periods where you have different ideas and different sentences in your writing. That's what you're turning in. That you can check your work and have complete sentences and not sentences that keep going and going and going. Those are called run-on sentences. That's what you're going to fix today.